Fort Worth police released some video and details from last week's deadly officer-involved shooting, but there are many questions police and the video just simply do not answer. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. Here's a brief overview that comes from the police. They say an officer heard a gunshot and then saw a man pointing a gun at someone on the ground. And then that officer fatally fired a shot at that armed man. The officer did not announce himself until firing. Then someone, not the officer, fired 2 gunshots, and the officer and an arson investigator with the officer saw another man with a gun, and they fatally shot him. Besides the 2 men killed by law enforcement, 4 other people had gunshot wounds. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager in Fort Worth tonight with the police video and reaction to it. Peyton.
Yes, Steve, this is complex. Okay, so today the Fort Worth Police Department held a press conference to release portions of the body camera footage worn by the Fort Worth police officer. Now, according to police, 6 people in total were shot. That includes the 2 armed men shot and killed by officers. But there's 4 other people who were wounded and survived, and it's still unclear who shot them. Newly released body camera footage shows the tense moments when a Fort Worth police officer and a Fort Worth arson investigator shot and killed 2 men armed with guns in the early morning hours of July 5th at a block party. Overnight on the 4th of July, a Fort Worth police officer and an arson investigator who was a Fort Worth Fire Department employee trained and licensed as an armed Texas peace officer were working as a team responding to illegal firework complaints. Police say while on the way to a different call just before 12:30 a.m. on July 5th, the 2 passed by a block party at Ross Avenue and 32nd in North Fort Worth. As they were responding, a 911 call came in from a neighbor about people fighting at the party. Police say they are still unsure what started the fight.
Yeah, there's a lot of screaming, crying. I think there's a big altercation. It's a big old fight. Okay, yes, ma'am. Oh my God, they just shot.
Police say as the officer approached the scene, a gunshot was heard. And police say the officer then saw a male, later identified as 21-year-old Billy Smith, standing and pointing a firearm at what officers later learned was an injured man on the ground next to an SUV. One body camera clip starts with the sound of a gunshot and then the police officer firing multiple rounds at Smith. Chief Neil Noakes says the officer perceived an immediate threat to the injured man on the ground and fired his weapon at Smith before announcing his presence on scene.
The choice there is, do I give commands and take the chance of this person shooting and possibly killing someone, or do I try to protect the person that's on the ground? And what we're going to try to do in their investigation is determine exactly what was going through the officer's mind and exactly what factors played into his decision.
At the same time, police say the arson investigators saw a second man, later identified as 30-year-old Branche Minter, with a pistol in his hand. Chief Noakes says the pistol had a weapon light activated, which was shining in the direction of officers and a person on the ground. According to Chief Noakes, the investigators heard 2 shots from the front yard, causing the arson investigator to fire his weapon at Minter. The Fort Worth officer also shot at Minter. Minter fell to the ground, dropping the pistol. Police say he got up and ran and was found along the side of the house. Minter later died at the hospital. As the officer rounds the SUV, the injured man, who police say Smith had been pointing a gun at, can be seen next to a woman on the curb. Police say the man had been shot, stabbed, and beaten, but it's still unclear by who and why. 3 other people were found with gunshot wounds as well, including one man who left the scene, and investigators are still trying to contact. It's still unclear whose gunfire hit the 4 people who were shot but survived, and whether any were struck by law enforcement's gunfire. Chief Noakes says ballistics will help determine this information while commenting about officers shooting into a crowd.
One thing we have to consider is what's, as it's called, the backdrop. What is beyond what you may be shooting at? What other risk factors may there be to anyone else that's in the area? And quite frankly, the officers have to make those decisions oftentimes in a matter of seconds or a split second.
Now, here are the edited clips police released, played continuously.
Please get down! Stay down! Get on the ground now!
Chief Noakes was asked Tuesday if he believes the deadly shooting was justified.
We want to make sure we do that complete investigation before we make any ruling about anything.
2 guns were recovered at the scene, according to police. A semi-automatic pistol next to Smith and a pistol with a weapon light next to where Minter fell. Police say 2 shell casings matching the caliber of Minter's pistol were also found nearby. A leather sap, also known as a leather club, was photographed lying next to the pistol. But police never said whether Smith or Minter fired shots.
I just want everybody to just try to stay calm as much as you can and let this fold out.
Billy Smith's mother, Cynthia Smith, spoke after the press conference, begging for help in burying her son.
Anything after this, so be it. I just want to put my baby to rest.
The Fort Worth police officer who fired his weapon has been with the department for 14 years. As for the arson investigator, the Fort Worth Fire Department says he has been with the department for 6 years and he was with a different law enforcement agency prior to Fort Worth that is also in North Texas. Now, Chief Neil Noakes is asking for the public to come forward with any information and or videos because there is still a lot of questions in this investigation.